Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about living in Abuja or living in Port Harcourt, what people do not tell you or what you need to know about it. So if this sounds like something you want to listen to, please keep watching the video. So you want to know what it entails in living in either Abuja or Port Harcourt. Probably you are having a mind of relocating to either of these cities. So I have experience about it. Like I've lived in both cities, so I know what it is, I know what it entails. Okay, so that is what I want to share with you guys in today's video. If you are looking at relocating to either of these cities, you should please watch this video to the end so that you can get all the information and every juicy thing that you need to know before you embark on that relocation journey. Okay, so quickly I'll be talking about some of the things that I experienced and some of the things that are important to our living in the particular city, what is different and what is not different, and what you should be expecting. Okay, so number one for me is going to be cost of food in Port Harcourt. For me, I feel it's more high compared to cost of food in Abuja. Now we want to also keep in mind that the two cities are different, like Abuja is the capital of Nigeria, so you definitely expect things to be on the high side, a bit. But then again, for me, Abuja and food are relatively cheap. Like food is relatively cheap in Abuja. I feel like it's because maybe they produce there. You have a lot of farmers there that do this farming compared to Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt food in Port Harcourt is expensive. Like it's very expensive. I don't know how or why they do it, or probably because maybe they don't have like sufficient farmers, or people don't really produce more of the things that they consume in Port Harcourt. But then again, food items in Port Harcourt are actually expensive. So if you are looking at relocating to Port Harcourt or looking at relocating to Abuja, food in Abuja is cheap. Like I said, basically, I don't know, maybe because they have a lot of farmers there, so the foods are already like they are produced in mass. Everybody is, have one thing to produce, and it's everywhere. So definitely the price is going to, fall. But in Port Harcourt, it's not like that. Even in Port Harcourt, some food items are scarce to find. It's scarce. You look for it, and you to feel like you are in another part of the world. You get, but for me, cost of food in Port Harcourt is high than cost of food in Abuja. Another thing you should consider if you are trying to relocate to either of these states is the cost of renting an apartment. Like you guys, everybody knows that Abuja is the capital city, but people feel like their cost of housing is expensive, or people look at it like it's expensive. Now also with Port Harcourt is a very nice city and a very good place to live, and also people have this mindset of it's going to be expensive. Now one thing I want to make you understand when it comes to housing or when it comes to apartment is that depending on what you want, depending on the location that you want to stay, depending on what your pocket can afford, okay, it's going to be determined with the kind of apartment you are going to get. Now what that means is, if you are a low income earner, the kind of apartment you have is definitely not like somebody that is a high income earner. So what I mean is, what a 1 million naira apartment is going to give to you is different from what a 300,000 naira apartment is going to give to you. So that is what you should have at the back of your mind, the place or the location that you want to stay in either of these cities, and then what you can afford. Okay, so but in Abuja, I feel like their low cost areas are actually low and pocket friendly, and then their high cost areas are actually high and high and high. For Port Harcourt, their low cost areas are actually pocket friendly, sometimes high, but then again is worth it. What I mean by that is, the way they build their house in Port Harcourt, they don't build it because this is a low cost house. They don't build it because, oh, this house is not going to give me enough money in return. Like they don't build it because this is cheap or this is expensive. No, they go all out to use good materials, good architectural structures. Like they do everything well, like 100%. They do it very well. If you see some of their low cost areas and some of the houses in their low cost areas, is actually worth every of your penny. You know, it's sometimes spacious, it is very well arranged. You know, they have some certain amenities in the house, like you won't believe that, okay, this is in a low cost environment. You know, then not to talk about going to the very high end areas, like you would love it. But in Abuja, I feel like they just do anything they want to do, even in the places where like the apartments are quite expensive, or like in places where it is the high-end areas, some of the apartments are just not worth the price. The architectural structure, the way they built it, the construction, everything is just not worth it. Like some of them are not even modern. Like, I don't mean everything, I mean some. Like their standard of building, should I let me put it that way, like their standard of building is nothing compared to that of Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt, they really do everything that they want. Like they go all out to really build very good houses, no matter how much it costs and no matter how much it's going to end up in terms of renting it. So they just build with their mind. You get that's like what I'm trying to do. They build with their mind. They have a very defined standard of building their houses, but it's not like that in Abuja. Except you, before you get that kind of standard of house, you must have gone to a very high-end area for you to really get that. And you know, the more high-end area you're going to, the more money in your pockets that you should be ready to spend. Another one for me is the transport system, or the transportation system of each of these states. Now, I feel like both of them have a very good road network. Like if you talk about Abuja, Abuja has roads. If you talk about Port Harcourt, Port Harcourt has roads, well connected, well defined, spacious, you know, very comfortable, less potholes and all of that stress that you know you definitely don't like about roads. But then again, I feel like the transport cost in Port Harcourt is higher than that in Abuja. Like a place where they will charge you for like 300 or so in Abuja, just be ready to pay like 1,000 in Port Harcourt. Things here are relatively high, like is relatively high. But when it comes to transportation, I feel like it's on a little bit balanced, because they both have good road networks, they both have good roads. It's just that the cost of transporting, or the cost of transportation in Port Harcourt is higher than that in Abuja. Except maybe, and even if you are even going to be taking Uber and all of that, it is still high in Port Harcourt compared to when you are doing that in Abuja. So I'm going to be talking about this the security of both states. Now, you guys, I'm not really going to, you know, say so much or hit on one state and not hit on the other, because generally right now in the country, security is in your hands. Like you have to do what you have to do to be safe. It is not in the government's hands right now, because they don't even look at that direction for us. So you have to do what you have to do. So, but then again, I feel like the crime rate is high in some certain things in one state compared to the other. But generally, I'm just going to advise you have to be your security guard when you are coming to Port Harcourt, or if you want to relocate to Port Harcourt, you have to be the one to watch your back. Know the kind of friends that you keep, know the kind of neighborhood that you go to stay. I would prefer if you have somebody on ground in Port Harcourt that is living there before maybe you go there, stay for a bit, you know, and look at the area before you go ahead and finally relocate to the place. But if you have somebody on ground, I believe that person is going to tell you what and what not to do in terms of security. But on a general note, you have to be careful in for yourself. You have to look out for yourself in both cities, okay? Because it happens everywhere, like crime happens everywhere, so I can't really say it is more here or more there, but you just have to be careful. It is how much of your being careful, probably the kind of life that you are living. If you are always out there in the night, or you are living like flashy, of course you are going to draw those things or those crimes to yourself, or those insecurities to yourself. So you want to be careful when it comes to security. It is not guaranteed in any of the states. That is what I'm trying to say. So you have to be your security guard for it. Another one I'm going to be sharing is the social life of each of these states. Like, you guys, Abuja is boring when it comes to social life. It's so boring that I feel maybe it's because I was from the south, or I came from the south, or I've lived like most of my life in the south. And people of the south, we like to do it loud, like we like it big, we like it noisy, we like parties, but then again, in Abuja it's not like that. Everybody is just calm, collected. Even the parties are on a low key. Like, you don't get to really see that side of you when you're in Abuja. It is just I don't know how to put it, but it is just censored, kind of. Should I say that? But it's just calm. It's quiet. If you are somebody that like this gingered life, you like this bustle life, you like this noise, you like party, then I don't think Abuja is for you, because they do parties, not like they don't do parties, but everything they do there is on a low key. If you are somebody that like the calm and collected quiet life, then Abuja is for you, because Abuja life is quiet. Please, if you are coming out, you are focusing on where you are going, and everybody is doing the same thing too. Nobody is even looking at what you are carrying. You get me? But you see this Port Harcourt, oh my god. Port Harcourt will let you know that you have a neighbor here. Everybody wants to know you, everybody wants to befriend you, everybody wants to talk to you, say hello, blah blah blah. But then again, that is one thing I feel, or I don't feel comfortable with in Port Harcourt, because the more you want to join the crowd, or the more you want to be friendly or open, the more danger you are exposing yourself to, because you don't know these people. They come like they are very friendly, but 2 minutes you are seeing yourself in a situation that you cannot even understand, and they like gossip a lot. They want to know so much about you. They are very nosy people. This is the truth, you guys. I'm spilling the truth, so hate me or love me, I'm going to just tell you the truth. So you want to be very careful in terms of social life. But if you like the parties, if you like the noisiness or the noise kind of life, then Port Harcourt is for you. Everybody is busy, everybody shows off, stuff like that in Port Harcourt. But in Abuja it's not like that. Everybody's just calm, going to their way, coming back, do their thing, and everybody's just calm. Last I'm going to be talking about is the economy of the state. Now, because if you are relocating to either of these states, you definitely want to know what you can do, what you cannot do in terms of making money or doing business, or anything as regards finance. Now, the economy of each of these states differs depending on what you want to do. Okay, for me, I feel like Port Harcourt is okay when it comes to job opportunities and business, or doing business. Okay, but when it comes to Abuja is a city that is majorly having just government parastatals, and with the level of our country, if you don't know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, you can't get that job. You can't. So job opportunities are very limited in Abuja, scarce, and they are majorly governmental bodies. But in Port Harcourt, job opportunities are more. You just have to do what you have to do. Like, you just have to put in the work, you have to put in the effort, but you will definitely get it. Okay, the chances of you having a job in Port Harcourt is higher than you having a job in Abuja. Okay, also, if you want to do business, the kind of business you can do in Abuja also differs from the kind of business you can do in Port Harcourt, because in Port Harcourt, there are a lot of things that you can sell. People love fashion, people do their fashion here and everything, so you can also go into that. Food is expensive in Port Harcourt, so you can definitely go into that because it's in demand but yet expensive. But in Abuja, you really won't get so many variety of business to do because they don't really, if it's fashion, they don't really do fashion like fashion. Okay, people don't really dress the way you dress in the south. If you even dress like too much, because everybody's covering themselves, like if you dress too much, you will just be, different, and everybody will just know that okay, this one is from another place, kind of. So I feel like the business there is only to a particular kind of thing, like food. You can do food business there because that's what's everywhere. It's cheap also, and you can also bring it, like buy it in Abuja and take it to other states if you have the connect or if you have the strength for that, and sell. It's also profitable. But when it comes to the economy of each of these states, man, Port Harcourt is on top of it. Like, Port Harcourt is booming. Port Harcourt has opportunities. If you know your onion, you know what you are doing, you put in the work, you will definitely make it in Port Harcourt. Okay, it's just that it's a bit expensive, and Abuja is also expensive, but then again, you just have to be, calculative to know what you are doing so that you don't go on too much expenses. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense or if you get what I mean. But in conclusion, for me, I feel like Port Harcourt is just comfortable, especially if you are coming from the south. Port Harcourt is just comfortable. You are used to everything that is happening. Okay, you do not have so much alarm ringing in your head, like anything can go wrong, kind of. But Port Harcourt also have social life that is relative. Okay, especially like I said, if you are coming from the west or you are coming from the south, Port Harcourt is easy for you to blend in. It's easy for you to do whatever you want to do. It's easy for you to get that job, to get that business started. It's easy for you to settle down in life. Unlike Abuja, I just feel like Abuja has to be something that you have to know somebody there that has lived one, and you have to be able to navigate to getting to know people, and most times they are not friendly, they are not open. So how would you even start by doing that? So you guys, I hope this video was helpful to you. Please, if it was, let me know in the comment section. Give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We give you value each time. Okay, and yes, I will see you in another video.